chief guest at the gathering is now the chief guest at your feast. That wondrous fat knight, that huge hill of flesh, Sir John Falstaff!
Hello, Stony Brook University. Thank you for coming this evening. My name is Charles Wittrick. I'm the Executive Director of the Long Island Shakespeare Festival. We're so pleased to be here this evening. I have a few announcements I'd like to make for everyone's enjoyment before we begin. Please, would you take a moment to turn off or turn to silent your cell phone before we begin? If you take photos during the performance, that's fine. Please do so without a flash because it's very distracting to your fellow playgoers as well as the performers. Though we are outdoors, I ask that you please not smoke in the plaza during the performance, and please help us keep the plaza view to be here. We especially want to give thanks to the Suffolk County Legislature, specifically your local legislator, Vivian Valoria Fisher, for underwriting us this year. Tonight's performance is free, but as you know, nothing in life is truly free. And we ask for donations. Unfortunately, someone absconded with our programs that had little envelopes in them for you, so we madly made copies at the last moment. But if you write a check to the Long Island Shakespeare Festival and send it to Suffolk Community College in Selden, I guarantee you it will get there. And finally, you can help us a great deal by being ambassadors for Shakespeare. We have 2 more weeks of performances. They're listed on the front of your program. We have a week next week, Thursday through Sunday, at the Ammerman campus in Selden, and the following week at the Eastern campus in Riverhead. So please tell your friends to come and enjoy the show with yourselves or someone else. And with that, enjoy the show.
Mistress Ward, by my troth, you are very well met, mistress. By your leave.
Why, bid this gentleman welcome.
Shall I serve the wine in the great dining table, son?
Oh, heaven, this is sweet Anne Page.
Yes, daughter. We and our guests shall drink within. Come, we have a hot venison pasty to dinner. Come, come, Sir John.
I had rather than 40 shillings. I had my book of songs and sonnets here.
Master Slender, can you affection the woman?
I will marry her, sir, at your request. But if there be no great love in the beginning, yet heaven may decrease it upon better acquaintance. When we are married and have more occasion to know one another, I hope upon familiarity will grow more contempt.
Here comes fair Mistress Anne. Would I were young for your sake, fair mistress.
The dinner is on the table. My father desires your worship's company.
God's blessed will. I will not be absent at the grace.
Will it please your worship to come in, sir?
No, I am very well. I thank you forsooth heartily.
The dinner attends you, sir.
I am not hungry. I thank you forsooth.
I may not go in without your worship. They will not sit till you come.
In faith, I'll leave nothing. I thank you as much as though I did.
I pray you, sir, walk in.
I'd rather walk here. I bruised my shin the other day playing at Sawyer Diner.
What says my bully rook? Speak scholarly and wisely.
Truly, mine host, I must turn away some of my followers.
This god bully Hercules, cast ye and let them wag. Trot, trot.
There is no remedy.
Young ravens must have food.
Which of you know Ford of this town?
I ken the white. He is of substance good.
My honest lads, I will tell you what I'm about.
2 yards and more.
No quips now, pistol. Indeed, I am in the waist about 2 yards. But I am now about no waste. I'm about thrift. Briefly, I do mean to make love to Ford's wife. I spy entertainment in her. She discourses. She gives me the leer of invitation. And thus the report goes. She hath all the rule of her husband's purse. He hath a legend of angels.
Angels?
Gold, boy. Gold angels.
As many devils entertain, and to her boys, say I.
I've written me here a letter to her, and here's another to Page's wife, who even now gave me 2 good eyes too, examined my parts with most judicious admiration. Sometimes the beam of her view gilded my foot, Sometimes my portly belly...
Then did the sun on Dung Hill shine.
I'll thank thee for that humour.
The appetite of her eye did seem to scorch me up like a burning glass. Mistress Page bears the purse too. She's a regent in Guiana, all gold in bounty. I shall be cheaters to them both, and they shall be exchequers to me. They shall be my East and West Indies, and I will trade with them both. Go, bear thou this letter to Mistress Page, and thou this to Mistress Ward. We will thrive, lads, we will thrive!
Shall I Sir Pandarus of Troy become, and by my side wear steel? Then Lucifer take off.
I will run no base humour. Here, take the humoured letter.
I hope, sirrah. Bear you these letters tightly. Sail like my pinnace to these golden shores. Rogues, hence, abort! Vanish like hailstones! Go, trudge, plod away! Pack, seek shelter! Falstaff shall learn the humor of the age. French, thrift, you rogues! Myself, and skirted page!
Let vultures gripe thy guts.
I have operations, which be humours of revenge.
Wilt thou revenge?
By Wilkin and her star!
With wit or steel?
For both the humours, I will discuss this humour of love to Page.
And I to Forge shall eke unfold how Falstaff, varlet vile, his dove will prove, his gold will hold, and his soft couch defile.
I'm up early and I'm down late. Sir Hugh, the Welsh priest, has begged me to speak to my dear friend Anne Page about marriage with the rich, silly young Master Slender. But oh, the French doctor, my master. I may call him my master, look you, for I keep his house and I wash, ring, brew, bake, scour, dress, meat, and drink. Make the beds and do all myself. My master's in love with Mistress Anne Page. But I know Anne's mind, and that's neither here nor there.
Here, quickly, give this letter to Sir Hugh. By God, it is a challenge. I shall cut his throat in the park and teach a scurryjack and a priest to meddle or make. By God, I will cut all his 2 stones. He shall not have a stone to throw at his dog.
Alas, he speaks before his friend.
It is no matter for that. Do not you tell me that I shall have Anne Page for myself. By God, I will kill the Jack priest, and I will myself have Anne Page.
Sir, the maid loves you, and all shall be well.
If I do not have Anne Page, I shall turn your head out of my door.
You shall have a fool's head of your own. Now I know Anne's mind for that. Never a woman in Windsor knows more Anne's mind than I do. Oh, thank heaven.
Who's within there, ho?
Who's there, I trow? Come in the house.
How now, good mistress? How dost thou?
Better it pleases your good worship to ask.
What news? How does my pretty mistress Anne?
In truth, sir, and she is pretty and honest and gentle, and one that is your friend. I can tell you that by the way I praise heaven for it.
Shall I do any good, thinkst thou? Shall I not lose my suit?
Truth, sir, all is in his hands above. But I'll be sworn on the book she loves you. Have not your worship walked above your eye?
Yes, marry, have I. What of that?
Well, thereby hangs a tale, good faith. We had an hour's talk of that walk.
Well, I shall see her today. Hold. There's money for thee. Give me thy voice in my behalf. If thou seest her before me, commend me.
I have faith that we will. Farewell to your worship. Truly an honest gentleman. But Anne loves him not. For I know Anne's mind as well as another does. Out upon it, what have I forgot? Right.
A letter from Sir John Falstaff.
What? Have I escaped love letters and
of my beauty, and am I now a subject for them? Woo! Let me see. Ask me no reason why I love you. For though love use reason for his physician, he admits him not for his counselor. You are not young. No more am I. Go to then, there's sympathy. You are merry, so am I. Ha, ha, then there's more sympathy. You love sack, so do I. Could you desire better sympathy? Let it suffice thee, Mistress Page, if at the least the love of soldier can suffice, that I love thee. I will not say pity me, 'tis not a soldier-like phrase, but I say love me. By me, thine own true knight, by day or night, or any kind of light, with all his might for thee to fight. John Falstaff. Oh, wicked, wicked world. One that is well nigh worn to pieces with age to show himself a young gallant. What an unweighed behavior hath this fat drunkard picked out of my conversation. Why, he hath not been thrice in my company. What should I say to him? How shall I be revenged on him? For revenged I will be, as sure as his guts are made of puddings.
Mrs. Page!
Trust me?
I was going to your house.
And trust me, I was coming to you. You look very ill.
Nay, I'll never believe that. I have to show to the contrary.
Wait, but you do in my mind.
Well, I do then, yet I say I could show you to the contrary. Oh, Mistress Page, give me some counsel.
Why, what's the matter, woman?
Oh, woman, if it not for one trifling respect, I could come to such honor.
Hang the trifle, woman, take the honor. What is it? What is it?
If I would but go to hell for an eternal moment or so, I could be knighted.
What, thou liest, Sir Alice Ford?
We burn daylight here. Read. Read. Perceive how I might be knighted. I shall think the worst of fat men, as long as I have an eye to make difference of men's liking. What tempest threw this whale with so many tons of oil in his belly ashore at Windsor? How shall I be revenged on him? I think the best way were to entertain him with hope till the wicked fire of lust have melted him in his own grease. Did you ever hear the like?
Letter for letter. But that the name of Page and Ford differs. I'll warrant he hath 1,000 of these letters writ with blank spaces for different names. He will print them out of doubt, for he cares not what he puts into the press when he will put us to. I had rather be a giantess and lie under Mount Pelion. Well, I will find you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste man.
Why, this is the very same. The very hand, the very words. What doth he think of us?
Nay, I know not. It makes me almost ready to wrangle with mine own honesty, for sure. Unless he knows some strain in me that I know not myself, he would never have boarded me in this fury.
Boarding, call you it. I'll be sure to keep him above deck.
Oh, so will I. If he come under my hatches, I'll never to see again.
Oh.
Let's be revenged on him. Let's appoint him a meeting, give him a show of comfort in his suit, and lead him on with a fine baited delay.
Nay, I will consent to act any villainy against him, that may not sully the chariotness of our honesty. Oh, that my husband saw this letter.
Oh.
It would give eternal food to his jealousy.
Why, look you where he comes, and my good man, too. He's as far from jealousy as I am from giving him cause, and that, I hope, is an unmeasurable distance.
You are the happier woman.
Let's consult together against this greasy knight. Come hither.
Well, I hope it be not so.
Hope is a colonel dog in some affairs. Sir John affects thy wife.
Why, sir, my wife is not that young.
He woos both high and low, both rich and poor, both young and old, one with another, Ford. He loves the Gallimaufry, Ford. Repent.
Love my wife?
With liver burning hot. Oh, odious is the name.
What name, sir?
The Horn, I say. Farewell. Take heed, have open eye, for thieves do foot by night.
I will be patient. I will find out this.
And this is true. I like not the humour of lying. He hath wronged me in some humours. I should have borne the humoured letter to her. But I have a sword, and it shall bite upon my necessity. He loves your wife. There's the short and the long. My name is Corporal Nim. And I speak, and I vouch 'tis true. My name is Nim, and Falstaff loves your wife. I do. I like not the humour of bread and cheese. I do.
The humor of it, quoth he. Here's a fellow frights English out of his wits.
I will seek out Falstaff.
I never heard such a drawling, affecting rogue.
If I do find it, well...
I will not believe such a catane, though the priest of the town commended him for a true man.
'Twas a good, sensible fellow. Well...
How now, man?
Whither go you, George? Hark you.
How now, sweet Frank? Why art thou melancholy?
I? Melancholy? I am not melancholy. Get you home. Go.
Faith, thou hast some crotchets in my head. Now? Will you go, Mrs. Page?
Have with you. You'll come to dinner, George? Look who comes yonder. She shall be our messenger to this paltry night.
Trust me, I thought on her. She'll fit it.
You are come to see my daughter Anne?
Ah, forsooth, and I'll pray, how does good Mistress Anne?
Go in with us and see. We'll have an hour's talk with you.
How now, Master Ford?
You heard what this knave told me, did you not?
Yes, and you heard what the other told me?
Do you think there is truth in them?
Hang 'em slaves. I do not think Falstaff would offer it. Yet these that accuse him in his intent towards our wives are a yoke of his discarded men. Very rogues now they be out of service.
Were they his men?
Well, marry, were they?
I like it never the better for that. Does he lie at the garter?
I marry, does he? If he should intend this voyage towards my wife, I should turn her loose to him. And what he gets more of her than sharp words, well, let it lie on my head.
I do not misdoubt my wife, but I would be loath to turn them together. A man may be too trusting. I would have nothing lie on my head. I cannot be thus satisfied.
Boy! Look you where my ranting host of the garter comes. There's either liquor in his pate or money in his purse when he looks so merrily. How now, mine host?
Oh, no, bully.
Good mine host of the garter, a word with you. I wish to pay a visit in disguise to your guest, Sir John Falstaff.
Hast thou no suit against my knight?
But none, I protest. But I'll give you a bottle of burned sack to give me recourse to him, and to tell him my name is Brooke, only for a jest.
My hand, bully! Thou shalt have egress and regress, and thy name shall be Brooke.
Mine host of the garter!
It is a merry night!
Though Page be a secure fool, and stand so firmly on his wife's frailty, yet I cannot put off my opinion so easily. She was in his company at Page's house, and what they made there, I know not. Well, I will look further into it. And I have a disguise to sound Falstaff. If I find her honest, I lose not my labor. If she be otherwise, 'tis labor well bestowed.
I will not lend thee a penny.
Why, then the world's mine oyster, which I with sword will open.
Reason, you rogue, reason. Think I'll endanger my soul gratis? At a word, hang no more about me. I am no gibbet for you. Go. You'll not bear a letter from me, you rogue? You'll stand upon your honor? Why, it's as much as I can do to keep the terms of my honor precise.
I do relent. What would thou more of man?
But, sir, here's a woman would speak with you.
Let her approach.
Give your wish, O good morrow.
Good morrow, good wife.
Not so, and please your worship.
Good maid, then.
I'll be sworn, as my mother was the first hour I was born.
I do believe this swearer. What with me?
There is one Mistress Ford, Sir, I pray, come a little nearer this way.
Well, Mistress Ford, you say?
Your worship says very true. I pray, your worship, come a little nearer this way.
I warn thee, nobody hears. Mine own people, mine own people.
Are they so? Well, God bless them and make them his servants.
Well, Mistress Ford, what of her?
Why, sir, she is a good creature, Lord. Your worship's a wanton. Well, heaven forgive you and all of us, I pray.
Mistress Ford, come, Mistress Ford.
Mary, this is the short and the long of it. You have brought her into such a canaries as 'tis wonderful. The best courtier of them all, when the court lay at Windsor, could have never put into such a canary. Yet there have been knights and gentlemen and lords with their coaches. I'll warrant you, coach after coach, letter after letter, gift after gift, in silk and gold, in such elegant terms that could have won any woman's heart. But I warrant you, all is one with her.
But what says she to me?
Mary?
Be brief, my good she Mercury.
Mary, she hath received your letter and thanks you 1,000 times, and gives you to notify that her husband will be absent from his house between 10 and 11.
10 and 11.
Ah, forsooth. And then you may come and see the picture she says that you wot of. Master Ford, her husband, will be from home. Alas, the sweet woman leads an ill life with him. He's a very jealous man. He leads a very troubled life with him, good heart.
10 and 11. Woman, commend me to her. I will not fail her.
But I have another messenger to your worship. Mistress Page hath her hearty commendations to you too. And let me tell you in your ear. She's a virtuous, civil, modest wife, and one that will not miss her morning nor evening prayer as any in Windsor. And she bade me tell you that her husband is seldom from home. But she hopes there comes a time. I never knew a woman so dote upon a man. Surely you have charms, La.
Not I assure thee.
Yes, in truth.
Well, setting the attraction of my good parts aside, I have no other charms.
Blessing on your heart for it.
I pray thee, tell me this. Hath Ford's wife and Page's wife acquainted each other how they love me?
That were a jest indeed. They have not so little grace, I hope. That were a trick indeed. But Mistress Page would desire you to send her your little page of all loves. Truly, Master Page is an honest man. Never a wife in Windsor leads a better life than she does. Do what she will, say what she will, take all, pay all, go to bed when she lists, rise when she lists, all is as she will, and truly she deserves it. For there be a kind woman in Windsor, she is one, you must under your page, no remedy.
Why, I will.
Nay, but do so then, and look you, he may come and go between you both. But the boy never need to understand anything, for 'tis not good for children should know any wickedness. And old folks, they say, have discretions and know the world.
Well, fare thee well. Commend me to them both. Oh, there's my purse. I am yet thy debtor. Boy, go along with this woman. This news distracts me.
Mistress quickly distracts me. She is my prize, or ocean whelm them all.
Sayest thou so, old Jack? Go thy ways. I will use thy old body more than I have done. Wilt thou yet look after thee? Wilt thou, after the expense of so much monies, be now a gainer? My good body, I thank thee. Let them say 'tis grossly done, so it be fairly done, no matter.
Sir John! Here's one Master Brooke below would fain speak with you and be acquainted with you, and have sent your worship a morning's draught of sack.
Brooke is his name.
Aye, sir.
Call him in. Such brooks are welcome to me that all flows such liquors. Ah, Mistress Ward and Mistress Page, have I encompassed you? Go to, Via.
Bless you, sir.
And you, sir, you would speak with me?
I make bold to press with so little preparation upon you.
You're welcome. What's your will?
Sir, I am a gentleman that have spent much. My name is Brooke.
Ah, good Master Brooke. I desire more acquaintance of you.
Good Sir John, I sue for yours. Well, not to charge you, for I must let you understand, I think myself in a better plight for a lender than you are, for they say, if money go before, all ways do lie open.
Money's a good soldier, sir, and will on.
Truth, and I have a bag of money here, troubles me. If you will help to bear it, Sir John, take all, or take half, for easing me of the carriage.
Sir, I know not how I may deserve to be your porter.
I will tell you, if you will give me the hearing.
Oh, speak, good Master Brooke. I shall be glad to be your servant.
Sir, I hear you are a scholar. You have been a man long known to me, though I had never made myself acquainted with you. I shall discover a thing to you, wherein I must very much lay open mine own imperfection. But, good Sir John, as you have one eye upon my follies, as you hear them unfolded, turn another into the register of your own, that I may pass with a reproof the easier, sith you yourself know how easy 'tis to be such an offender.
Very well, sir, proceed.
There is a gentlewoman in this town. Her husband's name is Ford.
Well, sir.
I have long loved her, and I protest to you, bestowed many presents on her, followed her with a doting observance, engrossed opportunities to meet her. Briefly, I have pursued her as love hath pursued me.
Have you received no promise of satisfaction at her hands?
Never.
Have you importuned her to such a purpose?
Never.
Of what quality was your love, then?
Like a fair house, built on another man's ground, so that I have lost my edifice by mistaking the place where I erected it.
To what purpose have you unfolded this to me?
When I have told you that, Sir John, I have told you all. Some say that though she appear honest to me, yet in other places she enlargeth her mirth so far that there is shrewd construction made of her. Now, good Sir John, here is the heart of my purpose. You are a gentleman of excellent breeding, of admirable discourse, authentic in your place and person, generally allowed for your many warlike, courtlike, and learned preparations.
Oh, sir.
Believe it, for you know it. There's money. Spend it. Spend it. Spend more. I spend all I have. Only give me so much of your time in exchange of it as to lay an amiable siege to the honesty of this Ford's wife. Use your art of wooing. Win her to consent to you. If any man may, you may as soon as any.
Would it apply well to the vehemency of your affection that I should win what you would enjoy? Methinks you prescribe yourself very preposterously.
She dwells so securely on the excellency of her honor that the folly of my soul dares not present itself. She is too bright to be looked against. Now, I could come to her with any detection in my hands. My desires had instance and argument to commend themselves. Why, I could drive her then from the ward of her purity, her reputation, her marriage vow, and 1,000 other her defenses which now are too strongly embattled against me. What say you to it, Sir John?
Master Brooke, I will first make bold with your money, and next give me your hand, and last, as I am a gentleman, you shall, if you will, enjoy Ford's wife.
Oh, good sir.
I say you shall.
Want no money, Sir John. You shall want none.
Want no Mistress Ford, Master Brooke. You shall want none. I shall be with her, I may tell you, by her own appointment. For even as you came into me, her assistant or go-between parted from me. I say I shall be with her between 10 and 11. For at that hour, the jealous rascally knave, her husband, shall be forth. Come you to me at night, and you shall know how I speed.
Oh, sir, I am blessed in your acquaintance. Do you know Ford, sir?
Hang him, poor cuckoldly knave. I know him not, though I do him wrong to call him poor. They say the jealous, wittily knave hath masses of money, for the which methinks his wife is well favored. I will use her as the key to the cuckoldly knave's coffers, and there's my harvest home.
I would you knew, Ford, sir, that you might avoid him if you saw him.
Hang him, mechanical salt butter rogue! I will stare him out of his wits. I will awe him with my cudgel. It shall hang like a meteor the cuckold's horns. Master Brooke, you shall know I will predominate over the peasant, and you shall lie with his wife.
What a damn Epicurean rascal is this? My heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says this is improvident jealousy? My wife hath sent to him. The hour is fixed. The match is made. Would any man have thought this? See the hell of having a false woman? My bed shall be abused, my coffers ransacked, my reputation gnawed at, and I shall not only receive this villainous wrong, but stand under the adoption of abominable terms, and by him that does me this wrong. Cuckold. Oh, cuckold. Cuckold! The devil himself hath not such a name. Page is an ass, a secure ass. He would trust his wife. He will not be jealous. Oh, I'd rather trust a fat man with my butter, Parson Hugh the Welshman with my cheese, Falstaff with my liquor bottle, or a thief to walk my ambling gelding than my wife with herself. Heaven be praised for my jealousy. 11 o'clock is the hour. I will prevent this, detect my wife, be revenged on Falstaff, and laugh at Page. Ha ha ha!
Well met, Master Ford.
Ah, true, Master Page. I have good cheer at home, but I pray you won't go with me.
I must excuse myself, Master Ford.
And so must I, sir. We have appointed to dine with the sweet Anne Page, and I would not break with her for more money than I'll speak of.
We have lingered about to match between Anne Page and Master Abraham Slender, and this day we shall have our answer.
I hope I have your goodwill, Father Page.
Oh, you have, Master Slender. I stand wholly for you. But my wife, Master Doctor, is for you altogether.
Aye, and the maid is a love of me, man. Nurse so quickly, tell me so much.
What say you to young Master Fenton? He capers, he dances, he has eyes of youth. He writes verses, he speaks holiday, he smells April and May. Ah, he will carry it. He will carry it. 'Tis in his buttons, he will carry it.
Not by my consent, I promise you. The gentleman is of no having. He kept company with the wild prince, and points he is of too high a region. He knows too much. He will not knit a knot in his fortunes with the finger of my substance. The wealth I have waits on my consent, and my consent goes not that way.
I beseech you heartily, but some of you go home with me to dinner. Besides your share, you shall have sport. I will show you a monster. Master Doctor, you shall go. And you, Master Page. And you, Sir Hugh. Will you go, gentles?
What, John? What, Robin?
Quickly, quickly! Is the buck basket?
I warned. What's Robin, I say?
Come.
Here, set it down.
Give your people the charge. We must be brief.
Mary, as I told you before, John and Robin, be ready here hard by. And when I suddenly call you, come forth, and without any pause or staggering, take this basket. Trudge with it in all haste and empty it in the muddy ditch close by the Thames side.
You will do it?
I had told them over and over they lack no direction. Be gone and come when you are called.
My old master, Sir John, is coming at your back door, Mistress Ford, and requests your company.
You little jack-o'-lantern, have you been true with us?
I'll be sworn, my old master knows not of your being here, and has threatened to put me into everlasting liberty if I tell you of it, for he swears he'll turn me away.
Thou art a good boy. I'll go hide me.
Do so. Go tell thy master I'm alone.
Mistress Page, remember you your cue.
I warrant if I do not act it, hiss me.
Go to then.
We'll use this unwholesome humidity, this gross, watery pumpkin. We'll teach him to know turtles from jays.
Have I caught thee, my heavenly jewel?
Oh.
Why? Now let me die, for I have lived long enough. This is the period of my ambition. Oh, blessed hour.
Oh, sweet Sir John.
Mistress Ford, I cannot cog. I cannot prate, Mistress Ward. I must sin in my wish. I would thy husband were dead. I'll speak it before the best lord. I would make thee my lady.
Ah, your lady, Sir John. Alas, that should be a pitiful lady.
Let the court of France show me such another. Why, thine eye would emulate the diamond. Thou art the right, arched beauty of the brow. There becomes the ship tire, the tire valiant.
Handkerchief, Sir John. My brows become nothing else, nor that well, neither.
Thou art a tyrant to say so. Thou would make an absolute courtier.
Oh.
And I see how the firm fixture of thy foot would give an excellent motion to thy gait in a semicircled farthingale. I know what thou wert, if fortune thy foe, were not nature thy friend. Come, thou canst not hide it.
Believe me, there's no such thing in me.
What made me love thee? Let that persuade thee. There's something extraordinary in thee.
No.
I love thee, none but thee, and thou deservest it.
Do not betray me, sir. I fear you love Mistress Page.
Thou might as well say I love to walk by the counter gate, which is as hateful to me as the reek of a lime kiln.
Well, heaven knows how I love you. And you shall one day find it! Mistress Ford! Mistress Ford! Here's Mistress Page at your door, sweating and blowing and looking wildly, and would need to speak with you presently.
She shall not see me. I'll ensconce me behind the arras.
Pray you do so. She's a very tattling woman. What's the matter? How now?
Oh, Mistress Ford, what have you done? You're shamed. You're overthrown. You're undone forever.
What's the matter, good Mistress Page?
Oh, well a day, Mistress Ford, having an honest man to your husband to give him such cause of suspicion.
What cause of suspicion?
What cause of suspicion? Out upon you! How am I mistaking you?
Why, alas, what's the matter?
Why, woman, your husband's coming hither with all the officers in Windsor to search for a gentleman that he says is here by your consent to take an ill advantage of your absence. You are undone.
'Tis not so, I hope.
Pray heaven it be not so that you have such a man here. But 'tis most certain your husband's coming with half Windsor at his heels to search for such a one. I come before to tell you, if you know yourself clear, why I am glad of it. But if you have a friend here, convey him out. Be not amazed. Call all your senses to you. Defend your reputation, or bid farewell to your good life forever.
What shall I do? There is a gentleman here, my dear friend, and I fear not mine own shame so much as his peril. I had rather than 1,000 pounds he were out of the house.
For shame never stand. You had rather, and you had rather. Your husband's here at hand. Bethink you of some conveyance in the house. You cannot hide him. What a woman are you! Look! Here is a basket. If he be of any reasonable stature, he may creep in here and throw foul linen upon him as if he were going to bucking.
He's too big to go in there.
What shall I do?
Let me see. Oh, let me see. All in. Take your friend's counsel. All in.
What, Sir John Falstaff? Are these your letters, knight?
I love thee. Help me away. I'll creep in here and...
Help to cover your master, boy. Call your men, Mistress Ford, you dissembling knight.
What, John? Peter, John, go. Pick up the clothes here quickly. Carry them to the laundress and dash it to me. Quickly, and that way.
Pray you come near. If I suspect without cause, why then make sport at me? Let me be your jest. How now? Whither bear you this?
To the laundress, forsooth.
Why, what have you to do whither they bear it? You have best meddle with buck washing.
Buck? Oh, I would I could wash myself of the buck. Buck, I warrant buck, and of the season too, it shall appear. Gentlemen, I have dreamed tonight. I'll tell you my dream. Here, me my keys. Ascend my chambers. Search, seek, find out. I warrant we'll unkennel the fox.
Good Master Ford, be contented. You wrong yourself too much.
True, Master Page. Up, gentlemen. You shall see sport anon. Follow me, gentlemen.
This is very fantastical humors and jealousies.
Nay, follow him, gentlemen. See the issue of his search.
Is there not a double excellency in this?
I know not which pleases me better, that my husband is deceived or Sir John.
What a taking was he in when your husband asked who was in the basket?
I think my husband has some special suspicion in Falstaff being here, for I never saw him so grossed in his jealousy till now.
I will lay a plot to try that, and we will yet have more tricks with Falstaff.
Shall we send Mistress quickly to him and excuse his throwing into the water and give him another hope to betray him to another punishment?
We will do it! Let him be sent for tomorrow, 8 o'clock, to have amends.
I cannot find him. Maybe the knave bragged of that he could not compass.
Heard you that?
You use me well, Master Ford. Do you?
I do so.
Heaven make you better than your thoughts.
Amen.
You do yourself mighty wrong, Master Ford.
I must bear it.
If there be anybody in this house, and in the chambers, and in the coffers, and in the presses, heaven forgive my sins of the day of judgment.
Fie, fie, Master Ford. Are you not ashamed? I would not have your distemper in this kind for the wealth of Windsor Castle.
'Tis my fault, Master Page. I suffer for it.
You suffer for a bad conscience. Your wife is as honest a woman as I would desire among 5,500 at two.
Well, I promised you a dinner. Come, walk in the park. I pray you pardon me. I will hereafter make known to you why I have done this. Come, Mistress Ford. Mistress Page, pray you pardon me. Pray heartily, pardon me.
Let's go in, gentlemen. But trust me, we'll mock him. I do invite you tomorrow morning to my house to breakfast. After we'll have birding together. I have a fine hook for the bush. Shall it be so?
Anything.
I cannot get thy father's love, therefore no more turn me to him, sweet Nan.
Alas, how then?
Why, that must be thyself. He doth object. I am too great of birth, and that my state being galled with my expense, I seek to heal it only by his wealth. Besides these other bars he lays before me, my riots past, my wild societies, and tells me 'tis a thing impossible I should love thee but as a property.
Maybe he tells you true.
No, heaven so speed me, my time to come.
Albeit I will confess thy father's wealth was the first motive that I wooed thee, Anne.
Yet wooing thee, I found thee of more value than stamps and gold, or sums in sealed bags, and 'tis the very riches of thyself that now I aim at.
Gentle Master Fenton, yet seek my father's love, still seek it, sir. If opportunity and humblest suit cannot attain it.
Come on, boys.
Ouchie!
Hark you hither.
Nay, Mistress Quigley. Master Slender, my favorite, shall speak for himself. Be not dismayed.
No, she shall not dismay me. I care not for that. But that I am afeard.
Harkee! Master Slender would speak a word with you.
I come to him. This is my father's choice. Oh, what a world of vile, ill-favored faults looks handsome in £300 a year.
To her, boy. Oh, boy, thou hast a father.
I got a father? Mistress Anne, your father can tell you good jests of him. I pray you, sir, tell Mistress Anne the jest how my father stole 2 geese out of a pen.
Mistress Anne, this young man loves you.
Aye, that I do. As well as I love any woman in Gloucestershire.
He will maintain you like a gentlewoman.
Aye, that I will. Come cut in Longtail, under the degree of a squire.
He will make you 150 pounds jointure.
Good father! Let him woo for himself.
I'll leave you. For a little.
Mistress Anne?
What is your will?
My will? That's a pretty jest indeed. I never made my will yet. I thank heaven I'm not such a sickly creature. I give heaven praise.
I mean, Master Slender, what would you with me?
Truly, for mine own part, I would little or nothing with you. Your father hath made motions. Your father can tell you how things go better than I can. You may ask your father! Here he comes again!
Now, Master Slender. Love him, daughter Anne. Why, how now? What does Master Fenton here? You wrong me, sir, thus still to haunt my house. I told you, my daughter is disposed of.
Nay, Master Page, be not impatient.
Good Master Fenton, come not to my child.
She is no match for you.
Sir, will you...
No, Master Fenton. Come, son Slender, in. Knowing my mind, you wrong me, Master Fenton.
Speak to Mistress Page.
Good Mistress Page! For that I love your daughter in such a righteous fashion as I do. Perforce against all checks, rebukes, and manners, I must advance the colors of my love and not retire. Give me your goodwill.
Good mother, do not marry me to yon fool. I mean it not. I seek you a better husband.
That's my master, Master Doctor.
Alas! I had rather be set quick in the earth and boiled to death with turnips. Come. Trouble not yourself, good Master Fenton. I will not be your friend, nor enemy. My daughter will I question how she loves you, and as I find her, so am I affected. Till then, farewell, sir. She must needs go in. Her father will be angry.
Farewell, gentle mistress. Farewell, Nan.
This is my doing now. Nay, said I, will you cast away a child and a fool in a position? Look on, Master Fenton. This is my doing.
I thank thee, and I pray thee once tonight. Give my sweet Nan this ring. There's for thy pains.
Let heaven send me good fortune. A kind heart he hath. A woman would run through fire and water for such a kind heart. Well, I must have another errand to say John Falstaff from my two mistresses. What a beast I am to slag it!
Hold off, I say! Go fetch me a quart of sack. Put a toast in it. Have I but lived to be carried in a basket like a barrow of butcher's offal, and to be thrown into the Thames? Well, if I be served such another trick, I'll have my brains taken out and buttered, and given them to a dog for a New Year's gift. The rogue slighted me into the river with his little remorse, as if they were drowning a blind bitch's puppies, 15 in the litter. And you may know, by my sighs, I have a kind of alacrity in sinking. If the bottom were as deep as hell, I should down. I should have been drowned, but the shore was shelvy and shallow. A death I abhor, for the water swells a man. And what a thing should I have been when I had been swelled? I should have been a mountain of mummy.
His mistress, quickly, sir, to speak with you.
Come, let me pour some sack into the Thames water. My belly's as cold as if I had swallowed snowballs. Call her in.
Come in, woman!
By your leave, I'll cry your mercy. Give your worship good morrow.
Go, brew me a pottle of sack, finally.
With eggs, sir?
Simple of itself. I'll no pullet sperm in my brewage. How now?
Marry, sir, I come to your worship from Mistress Ford.
Mistress Ford! I have had Ford enough. I was thrown into the Ford. I have a belly full of Ford!
Alas the day, good heart. That was not her fault. She just so take on with her men. They mistook their erection.
So did I mine, to build upon a foolish woman's promise.
Well, she laments for it, sir, that it would yearn your heart to see it. Her husband goes this morning a-birding, and she desires you once more to come to her between 8 and 9. I must carry a word quickly. She'll make you amends, I'll warrant.
Well, I will visit her, tell her so, and bid her think what a man is. Let her consider of his frailty, and then judge of my merit.
I will tell her.
Do so. Between 9 and 10, sayest thou?
8 and 9, sir.
Well, be gone. I will not miss her.
Peace be with you, sir.
I marvel I hear not from Master Brooke. He sent me word to stay within. I like his money well. Oh, here he comes.
Bless you, sir.
Now, Master Brooke, you've come to know what hath passed between me and Ford's wife.
That indeed, Sir John, is my business.
I will not lie to you, Master Brooke. I was at her house the hour she appointed me.
And sped you, sir?
Very ill-favorably, Master Brooke.
But how so, sir? Did she change her determination?
No, Master Brooke, but the peaking cornuto, her husband, dwelling in a continual alarm of jealousy, comes me in the instant of our encounter, after we had embraced, kissed, protested, and as it were, spoke the prologue of our comedy. And at his heels, a rabble of his companions, thither provoked and instigated to search his house for his wife's love.
What? While you were there?
While I was there.
And did he search for you and could not find you?
You shall hear. As good luck would have it, comes in one Mistress Page. Gives intelligence of Ford's approach, and in her invention and Ford's wife's distraction, they conveyed me into a buck basket.
A buck basket!
By the Lord, a buck basket ran me in with foul shirts, smocks, socks, foul stockings, greasy napkins, that, Master Brooke, there was the rankest compound of villainous smells that ever offended nostrils.
And how long lay you there?
Nay, you shall hear, Master Brooke, what I have suffered to bring this woman to evil for your good. Having been thus crammed in the basket, a couple of Ford's knaves, his hinds, were called forth by their mistress to carry me in the name of foul clothes to Datchet Lane. They took me on their shoulders, met the jealous knave, their master, in the door, who asked them once or twice what they had in the basket. I quaked lest the lunatic knave would have searched it, but fate, ordaining he should be a cuckold, held his hand. Well, on went he for search, and away went I for foul clothes. Oh! To be stopped in like a strong distillation with stinking clothes that fretted in their own grease. Think of that, a man of my kidney. Think of that, that I'm subject to heat as butter. Think of that, hissing hot. Think of that, Master Brooke. It was awful.
In good sadness, sir. I am sorry that for my sake you have suffered all this. My suit then is desperate. You'll undertake her no more?
Master Brooke, I will be thrown into Etna as I have been thrown into Thames, ere I will give her up thus. Her husband is this morning a birding. I've received from her another embassy of meeting. 'Twixt 8 and 9 is the hour, sir.
'Tis past 8 already.
Is it? Well, then I'll dress me to my appointment. Come you to me at your convenient leisure, and you shall know how I speed. And the conclusion shall be crowned with your enjoying her. Adieu. You shall have her, Master Brooke. Master Brooke, you shall cuckold Ford.
Is this a vision? Is this a dream? Do I sleep? Awake, Master Ford! Master Ford, awake! There's a hole made in your best coat, Master Ford. This is to be married, and to have linen and buck baskets. Well, I will now proclaim me what I am. I will now take the lecher. He is at my house. He cannot escape me. 'Tis impossible he should. He cannot creep into a pepper box or a halfpenny purse. But lest the devil that guides him should aid him, I will search impossible places. And if I have horns to make one mad, Let the proverb go with me. I'll be horn mad.
Mistress Ford, your sorrow hath eaten up my sufferance. I see you are obsequious in your love. But are you sure of your husband now?
He's a birding, sweet Sir John.
What ho? That's it, Ford. What ho?
Step into the chamber, Sir John.
How now, sweetheart? Who's at home besides yourself?
Why, none but mine own people.
Indeed?
No, certainly. Speak louder.
Truly, I am so glad you have nobody here.
Why?
Why, woman? Your husband's in his old lines again, and so takes on yonder with my husband, and so rails against all married mankind, and so buffets himself on the forehead, crying, peer out, that any madness I ever yet beheld seems but tameness to this his distemper he is in now. Thank you. But I am glad the fat knight is not here.
Why? Does he talk of him?
Of none but him, and swears he was carried out the last time he came to search for him in a basket. Protest to my husband he is now here, and has drawn him and the rest of their company from their sport to make another experiment of his suspicion. But I am glad the knight is not here. Now he will see his own foolery.
How near is he, Mistress Page?
Hard by, at street end. He will be here anon.
I am undone!
The knight is here. Why then you're utterly shamed, and he's but a dead man. Away with him! Away with him! Better shame than murder!
What shall I do? How shall I bestow him? Shall I put him into the basket again?
No! I'll go no more into the basket. I'll go out ere he comes in.
Alas! 3 of Master Ford's brothers watch the door with pistols, that none may issue out. Otherwise you might slip away ere he came. But what make you here?
What shall I do? I'll creep up into the chimney.
There he always used to discharge his burning pieces. Creep into the kiln hole.
Where is it? Where is it?
Oh, he will sink there on my word. Neither press, coffer, chest, trunk, well, vault, for he hath an abstract for the remembrance of such places and goes to them by his note. There is no hiding you in the house.
I'll go out ere he comes in.
If you go out in your own semblance, you die, Sir John. Unless you go out disguised.
How might we disguise him?
Alas, the day I know not. There is no woman's gown big enough for him. Otherwise, he might put on a hat, a kerchief, and a muffler, and so escape.
Good hearts, devise something, any extremity other than a mischief.
My maid's aunt, the fat woman of Brainford, has a gown upon.
On my word, it will serve him. She's as big as he is, and there's her thrummed hat and her muffler, too. Run up, Sir John.
Go, Sir John. Mrs. Page and I will look some linen for your head.
Quick, we'll be up to dress you straight. Put on the gown the while.
I would my husband would meet him in this shape. He cannot abide the old woman of Brainford. He swears she's a witch, forbade her my house, and hath threatened to beat her.
Have him guide him to thy husband's cudgel, and the devil guide his cudgel afterwards.
But is my husband coming?
Aye, in good sadness is he, and talks of the basket, too, howsoever he hath had intelligence.
We'll try that, for I'll appoint my men to carry the basket to meet him with it as they did last time.
Nay, but he'll be here presently. Let's go dress him like the witch of Brainford.
I'll first direct my men what they shall do with the basket. Go up, I'll bring linen for him straight.
Hang him, dishonest varlet. We cannot misuse him enough. Now we will lay a proof by that which we will do. Wives may be merry and yet honest, too.
A pact, a conspiracy against me? Now shall the devil be shamed. What wife, I say, come forth, see what honest clothes you send forth to bleaching!
Why, this is madness, Master Ford! You are not to go loose any longer! You must be pinioned!
Why, this is lunatics! This is madness! A mad dog!
What my Mistress Ford? Come hither, Mistress Ford! Mistress Ford, the virtuous woman, the modest creature, the wife that hath the jealous fool to her husband. I suspect without cause, mistress, do I?
Heaven be my witness, you do, if you suspect me in any dishonesty.
Well said, brazen face! Hold it out! Come forth, sirrah!
Passes!
Are you not ashamed? Let the cloaks alone.
I shall find you anon!
'Tis unreasonable! Will you take up your wife's clothes and come away?
Empty the basket, I say!
Why, man, why?
Master Pate, and I am a man. There was one conveyed out of my house yesterday in this basket. Why may he not be there again? In my house, Alan! In my house, I'm sure he is. My intelligence is true. My jealousy is reasonable. Blot me out all the linen. Ah!
If you find a man there, he shall die a flea's death.
Here's no man!
Master Ford, you must pray and not follow the imaginations of your own heart. This is jealousies!
Well, he's not here that I search for.
No, nor nowhere else but in your brain.
Yeah. Help me to search my house this one time. If I find not what I seek, why then make sport at me. Let them say of me, as jealous as Ford, that searched a hollow walnut for his wife's lover. Once more, search with me.
What ho, Mistress Page! Come you and the old woman down. My husband will come into the chamber.
Old woman? What old woman's that?
Why, it's my maid's Aunt of Greenford.
A witch! Have I not forbid her my house? She comes of errands, does she? We are simple men. We know not what's brought to pass under the profession of fortune-telling. She works by charms, by spells. Come down, you witch! You hag, you! Come down, I say!
Sweet husband! Good gentlemen, let him not strike the old woman!
Come, Mother Pratt, come, give me your hand.
I'll prat her out of my door! You witch! You run! You polecat! Out! Out of my door! You witch! You hag!
Ashamed! I think you have killed the poor woman.
Nay, he will do it. 'Tis a goodly credit for you.
Hang her! Witch!
Why, yeah, you know, I think the woman is a witch indeed. I like not when a woman has a great beard. I spy a great beard beneath her muffler.
Will you follow, gentlemen? I beseech you, follow. See but the issue of my jealousy. If I cry out thus upon no trail, why, never trust me when I open again.
Let's obey his humor a little further. Come, Sir Hugh.
Trust me, he beat him most pitifully.
Nay, by the mass that he did not, he beat him most unpitifully, methought. What think you? May we, with the warrant of womanhood and the witness of a good conscience, pursue him with any further event?
The spirit of wantonness is sure scared out of him. He will never attempt us again.
Shall we tell our husbands how we have searched him?
By all means. If they can find it in their hearts that fat, unvirtuous knight to be any further afflicted, we too shall still be the ministers.
I warrant they'll have him publicly shamed, and methinks there would be no period to the jest should he not be publicly shamed.
Come to the forge with it, then shape it. I would not have things cool.
I would have my husband cool, and then we shall tell all.
both these letters in an instant?
Within a quarter of an hour.
Pardon me, wife. Henceforth, do what thou wilt. I will rather suspect the sun with cold than thee with wantonness. Now doth thy honor stand in him of late that was an heretic, as firm as faith.
'Tis well. 'Tis well. No more! Be not as extreme in submission as in offense, but let our plot go forward. Let our wives, yet once again, to make us public sport, appoint a meeting with this old fat fellow where we may take him and disgrace him for it.
Ah, there's no better way than that they spoke of.
How? To send him word they'll meet him in the park at midnight? Fie, he'll never come.
Devise but how you'll use him when he comes, and let us two devise to bring him thither.
There is an old tale goes that Herne the hunter, sometime a keeper here in Windsor forest, doth all the winter time at still midnight walk round about an oak with great ragged horns, and there he blasts the tree and shakes the chain in the most hideous and dreadful manner. This is our device, that Falstaff at that oak shall meet with us.
What shall be done with him? What is your plot?
Nan Page, my daughter, and my little son, and 3 or 4 more of their growth, will dress like fairies, with rattles in their hands. When Falstaff, she, and I are newly met, let them from forth a saw pit rush at once. Then let them encircle him about and fairy-like to pinch the unclean knight, and ask him why at hour of fairy revel he dares to tread in shape profane.
Oh, until he tell the truth, let the supposed fairies pinch him sound.
The truth being known, we'll all present ourselves, dishorn the spirit, and mock him home to Windsor.
My Nan Page shall be queen of all the fairies, finely attired in a robe of white.
That silk shall I go by. And in that time shall Master Slender steal my Nan away and marry her at Eton. Go, send to Falstaff straight.
Go, get us tricking and properties for our fairies.
Let us about it. It is admirable pleasures.
Mistress Ford, send to Falstaff straight to know his mind. I'll to the doctor. He hath my good will, and none but he to marry with Nan Page. That Slender, though well landed, is an idiot, and he, my husband, best of all effects. The doctor is well moneyed, and his friends potent at court. He, none but he shall have her, though 20,000 worthier come to crave her.
I've been robbed! I have been swindled! I have been cozened!
I would all the world were cozened, for I have been cozened and beaten too. If it should come to the ear of the court how I've been transformed, and in my transformation how I've been washed and cudgeled, they'll melt me out of my fat drop by drop and lick a fisherman's boots with me. Oh, if I had winged but long enough to say my prayers, I would repent. Now, whence come you?
From the 2 parties, forsooth.
The devil take one woman, and his damn the other, and so shall they both be bestowed. I have suffered more for their sakes, more than the villainous inconstancy of man's disposition is able to bear.
And have they not suffered? Yes, our warrant, especially one Mistress Ford is beaten black and blue that you cannot see a white spot about her.
What? Talk to me of black and blue? I've been beaten myself into all colors of the rainbow.
Sir, let me speak with you in your chamber, and I'll tell you how things go, and I'll warrant to your content.
Come up.
Master Fenton, talk not to me. I have been robbed. I have suffered grievous losses. My mind is heavy. Yet hear me speak. Assist me in my purpose, and as I am a gentleman, I'll give thee £100 in gold more than your loss. I will hear ye, Master Fenton, and I will at the least keep your counsel. From time to time, I have acquainted you with the dear love that I bear for sweet Anne Page. Tonight, at Herne's Oak, just twixt 12 and 1, must my sweet Nan present the fairy queen. Her father hath commanded her to slip away with Slender, and with him at Eton immediately to marry. She hath consented. Now, sir, Her mother, even strong against that match and firm for Dr. Caius, hath appointed that he shall likewise shuffle her away, and at the deanery where a priest attends straight marry her. Which means she to deceive father and mother. Both, my good host, to go along with me, and here it rests, that you'll procure the vicar to stay for me at church twixt 12 and 1, and in the lawful name of marrying, give our hearts united ceremony. Well, husband your device, I'll to the vicar, bring you the maid, you shall not lack a priest, so shall I evermore be bound to thee. Godspeed, laddie.
This is Hearn's Oak. No budget. Rock. Enjoy.
Come! We'll couch in the castle ditch by the light of our fairies. Remember, son Slender, my daughter is in white.
I forsooth, I have spoke with her, and we have a nay word how to know one another. I come to her in white and cry, Mom! And she cries, budget. And by that, we know one another.
The night is dark. Light and spirits become it well. No man means evil but the devil, and we shall know him by his horns.
Master Doctor, my daughter is in green. When you see your time, take her by the hand. Go with her to the deanery. There, dispatch it quickly. Go before into the park. We two must go together.
I know what I have to do. Adieu.
Farewell, sir. My husband will not rejoice so much at the abuse of Falstaff as he will chafe at the doctor's marrying my daughter. But 'tis no matter. Better a little chiding than a great deal of heartbreak.
The hour draws on. To the oak! To the oak!
The Windsor bell hath struck 12. The minute draws on. Now, hot-blooded gods, assist me. Remember, Jove, thou art a bull for thy Europa, love set on thy horns. For when gods have hot backs, what can poor men do? For me, I'm a Windsor stag, and the fattest, I think, in the forest. Send me a cool rut time, Jove. Well, who can blame me to piss my tallow?
Sir John?
Who comes here?
Art thou there, my dear? My male dear.
My doe, my female dear.
Oh.
Let the sky rain potatoes. Let the thunder to the tune of Greensleeves. Let there come a tempest of provocation. I will shelter me here.
Ooh, Mistress Pages, come with me, sweetheart.
Divide me like a bribed buck. Eat your haunch. My sides I'll keep to myself. My shoulders for the fellow of this walk. And my horns I bequeath your husbands. Am I a woodman, huh? Speak I like her in the hunter? Now is Cupid a child of conscience. He makes restitutions. As I am true spirit, welcome!
Alas, what noise?
Heaven forgive our sins!
What should this be?
Away! Away!
I think the devil would not have me damned, lest the oil that's in me would set hell on fire. He would never else cross me thus.
Fairies, black, grey, green, and white, your moonshine, rabbits, and shades of night.
They are fairies. He that speaks to them shall die. Our winking crowns, no man their work but I.
Pray you love hand in hand yourselves in order set, and 20 glowworms shall our lanterns be, to guide our measure round about the tree. But stay! I smell a man of Middle Earth. If he starts, it is the flesh of a corrupted heart.
A trial come.
Corrupted, tasting and desiring about him very thing a scornful rhyme. And as you trip, still pitch him in your time.
By unsimple fantasy, by unlusted luxury, lust is but a bloody
Pinch him for his future, pinch him for his villainy.
Pinch him and turn him and sort him about. To rattle and loosen and turn him out.
Hey, do not fly. Will none but Herne the Hunter serve your turn?
I pray you come, hold up the jest no higher. Now, Sir John, how like you your Windsor wives?
See you these husbands? Do not these fairy yokes become the forest better than the town?
Well, sir, who's the cuckold now? Master Brooke, Falstaff's a knave, a cuckoldly knave. Look, here are his horns. And Master Brooke, he hath nothing enjoyed of fords, but his cudgel, and his buck basket, and 20 pounds of money, which must be paid to Master Brooke.
Oh, Sir John, we have had ill luck. We could never meet. I will never take you for my love again. But I will always count you my dear.
I do begin to perceive I am made an ass. And these are not fairies. I was 3 or 4 times in the thought they were not fairies.
Sir John Falstaff, serve God and leave your desires, and the fairies will not pinch you.
Ah, well said, Fairy Hugh.
And you, leave your jealousies too, I pray you.
I will never mistrust my wife again.
Now, Sir John, did you think, though, we would have thrust virtue out of our hearts by the head and shoulders and given ourselves without scruple to hell that ever the devil could have made you our delight?
What? A hodge pudding? A bag of flax?
A puffed man?
Old, cold, withered, and of intolerable entrails.
And one that is as slanderous as Satan?
And as poor as Job.
And as wicked as his wife?
Well, I am your theme. You have the start of me. I am dejected.
We'll take you to Windsor, to one Master Brooke. To repay that money shall be a biting affliction.
Yet be cheerful, knight. Thou shalt eat a posset tonight at my house, where I desire thee to laugh at my wife that now laughs at thee. Tell her Master Slender hath married her daughter.
Doctors doubt that. If Nan Page be my daughter, she is by this Dr. Caius's wife.
Whoa! Ho, ho! Father Page!
How now, son? Have you dispatched?
Dispatched? I came yonder at Eton to marry Mistress Anne, and she's a great lubberly boy.
Upon my life, then you took the wrong.
What need you tell me that? I think so when I took a boy for a girl.
Why, this then is your own folly!
Lord George, be not angry. I knew of your purpose, but indeed, my daughter is now with the doctor at the deanery, and they're married.
There is Mistress Page. Bagarre un cousin. I have married un garçon. A boy, un peasant, bagarre a boy. It is not them Page. Bagarre un cousin.
What? This is most strange. Who hath got the right Anne?
My heart misgives me. Here comes Master Fenton. How now, Master Fenton?
Pardon, good father. Good my mother, pardon.
How can't you know
You
Master
do
Slender?
amaze her. Hear the truth of it. You would have married her most shamefully, for there was no proportion held in love. The truth is, she and I, long since contracted, are now so sure that nothing can dissolve us. The offense is wholly that she hath committed, since herein she doth evitate and shun 1,000 irreligious cursed hours, which forced marriage would have brought upon her.
Stand not amazed. Here's no remedy. In love, heavens themselves do guide the state. Money buys lands, and wives are sold by fate.
I am glad, though you've taken a special stand to strike at me, that your arrow hath glanced.
Well, what remedy? Fenton, heaven give thee joy. What cannot be eschewed must be embraced.
When night dogs run, all sorts of deer are chased.
Well, I will muse no further. Master Fenton, heaven give you many, many merry days.
Come, husband, let us everyone go home and laugh this sport o'er by a country fire. Sir John and all.
Let it be so, Sir John. To one Master Brooke you yet shall hold your word, for he tonight shall lie with Mistress Ford.